Redefining competitive advantage with AI. So there's a lot of strategic uncertainty at the moment with interest rates the way they are, the amount of debt on both sovereign and private balance sheets, immigration numbers, people leaving the country as well, about how business is going to respond. And there are a lot of things that we can't control, but we need to innovate for to be able to solve those issues. So a big one is obviously demographics. Our birth rate's a lot lower than replacement rate, and we have over 1 million people over the age of 65 by 2028. Now, AI is starting to play a role where we become a lot more efficient as a business, but it's also disrupting what customers expect and challenging established long-term strategies. So we talk about customer expectations changing the dynamics or market dynamics. A great example here from ARC is the cost of authoring the written word. So it's been maintained relatively stable. So for about every 1,000 words written, a person will get paid just over $100. But now with AI, that cost has declined down to about 4 cents per 1,000 words. So this rapid technology advance is actually changing the way that businesses need to operate and need to innovate. The per hour rate is no longer acceptable if talent and knowledge is free. And there's a lot of professional services that have a legacy way of charging for their time, which are no longer relevant. And new competitive landscapes will be created as a result. So with AI, it is starting to redefine what businesses' advantages are. The traditional models where we hire the most talented people who have education experience, which is limited within the marketplace, and then charging per hour based on their education experience is starting to no longer sort of be relevant. AI is increasing the talent of everyone who uses it, and it's creating a deflationary pressure where the hourly rate charge out is decreasing. And if we're going to be a resilient business, we need to update our competitive advantage. So think about what strategic adaptations and innovations can be. It's embracing a continuous improvement. It's integrating AI as a core process, much like email. I always harp on that AI is not an IT function, it's a core function to accelerate and make your team a lot more efficient. And we can leverage AI to help with strategic decision making, help come up with different analyses to work out if this is the right path for this company to maintain, to be resilient and to be relevant. Investment in AI technologies. So identify high impact areas. And a common complaint we're getting recently is maintaining the pressure on margins, but also finding new work. So identify where you can 10x increase revenue or 10x decrease cost, and then put your attention there to really invest and to maintain your moat, maintain your competitive advantage. Because again, you're only allocating finite resources in regards to the amount of time that you can spend with cognitive work per day, and measure the return on investment. So a few companies that we work with, for example, we're starting to do it just with the sales team and not the marketing team. So adding AI, just so we can really see what the difference ROI is, and vice versa. We do it with the marketing team, but not the sales team, for a short amount of time, just so we can see what a big impact AI can have to give the board enough sort of information and validation to move it to the rest of the company. It enhances our data capabilities. And data is not just numbers, it's also words. It's also customers' information. So we need to have a robust data infrastructure. We need to actually have policies of what we're going to collect, and we need to inform our customers. Because you're using AI to do the cognitive work is just enhancing data capabilities. So we need to have a robust data infrastructure and actually know what we're collecting, why, and how we're informing our customers. Because we can't just collect willy-nilly everything. And we've got to think, we're going to use this information or this data, and data is just not numbers, it's also words and information. We're going to use it to do that cognitive work. So think about manual work of lifting things. Cognitive work is when we think through a problem or when we type out things to write projects or emails. And with AI, the use of data is actually very limited. You need AI to be able to crunch all the information you have to help make informed decisions or help make informed explanations for how to use that information to gain that competitive advantage. You're going to really foster a culture of innovation. So encouraging experimentation, run small pilot projects, small hackathons within your business that present to leadership, and leadership can choose what to use. Training and upskilling employees, give them the training how to use a chat GPT or a Gemini so that they know how to use it safely and responsibly. And promote cross-functional collaboration. Have people from different backgrounds in the same room working on a common problem so that you're able to get a 360 view on how your decision-making is impacting the rest of the business. Overcoming implementation challenges. So addressing data privacy and security. So making it very clear what you can put into an AI and what you should not. Navigating the ethical considerations. If you can use it to reliably predict the future, should you? And we always talk about the front page of the press or front page of the paper test. If this was all laid bare on the front page of the paper, how would the brand of your business stand up? And how do you manage the workforce transition? If you give all the training to some of the people, some will take it up, some will reject it. And sometimes the people that reject it will have an immune response to the organization. And if you don't have the right communication, if you don't have the right policies and procedures of how you're going to implement AI into your organization, you'll find the immune response will kill innovation. And a really good case study is actually Walmart. So Walmart's traditional business model was to focus on cost leadership through economies of scale. They emphasize on low price and high volume, and they have a very extensive physical retail presence. Walmart has more employees than Auckland, for context. But the transition they made was to use AI in supply chain optimization so it can improve the amount of inventory they have to help predict demand and help to optimize their logistics. They use it for customer insights to know what to buy, how to market to, and when to run promotion. And they help to automate some of their customer service. So they decrease the amount of wait times or increase the customer inquiries solved within their ideal time frame, and decrease their operational costs. And their benefits were quite significant. So they had increased operational efficiency and they reduced their costs. They enhanced their customer satisfaction and loyalty, and they improved their decision-making by having data-driven insights. No longer was it the gut feel of the most experienced person. It was actually driven by information on what to do and when to do it. And so what's the future outlook? The emerging AI trends are autonomous systems or AI agents. If you look at your business today, if we were to go through, we could probably automate at a minimum at least 50% of their work or workflows just by passing it out and knowing how to use AI in the right way to speed up decision-making, to speed up that cognitive work. We'll see humanoid robots enter the workforce in New Zealand in probably 2 to 3 years. They're already in factories doing good work, helping to save a lot of money, and they can run 24/7. And what we need to start to think at a strategic level is, what's the long-term implications? How do I maintain our moat, and what separates us from the competition? So if I'm an advisory service or a professional service where I used to charge per hour, and I'm using AI to produce the results come to me in a minute, where it usually takes me 8 hours to produce that output. Do I charge hours or do I charge a minute? Or do I have to adopt a value-based model pricing? Because if I don't use AI, I won't be competitive in the market in 12 months' time. And what's my roadmap? How do I go from a legacy competitive advantage to this new age where talent is free? How do I transition my workforce so I can maintain my advantage, maintain my brand?